Hello.
Hello. This week is Law Enforcement Week. And today I'm here with Deputy Newell. And I'm going to be asking him some questions.
And why are you laughing?
Leave me alone.
Okay. I'll leave you alone.
You need to be kind to your interviewer.
All right.
Okay. The first question that I have for you is, what are some of the most common risk factors that lead juveniles to engage in delinquent behavior?
What are some of the common factors, you say, that leads you to be deviant?
Yes.
Okay. I would say one of them, there are several. One I would say is peer pressure. Peer pressure is one that I believe every teen or juvenile face and struggle with as well, because they want to please their friends. Don't you see that with your friends? You want to appease them. Whatever they say, you just go with it. No?
Sure.
What do you mean, sure?
No.
What do you think? I'm going to turn it on you. What do you think leads your peer to do what?
To you.
Yeah, it's your interview, but I'm asking you to.
What you get up?
What do you think will lead you to commit something that is not right? Would peer pressure be one of them?
I could see that for other individuals.
Not for you?
Not for me personally, no.
Because you're strong?
Yes.
All right. So for others out there, peer pressure, I believe, is one, because sometimes others will pressure you into doing stuff, even trying stuff, vaping, right? You may be walking with a group of kids. You may be the only one that's not vaping. And guess what? You're going to feel left out. So that pressure that is placed on you, and they're saying, oh, you're not a team player, you're not that, why don't you try it as well? That's one of them that I believe can cause juvenile to be delinquent as well. As well as when I look at their family dynamics, right? Coming from a home that is, the rules are not followed. They can do whatever they want, or their situation can lead to them being able to going out and get involved in things that they're not supposed to, like breaking into cars, shoplifting, going into the supermarket. They may be hungry. Have you ever thought of that? That's why they may break. There's a lot of theory out there that suggests why juveniles are deviant, and these are some of them. But it could be that their family dynamics don't really allow them to be upstanding citizens, which you shouldn't blame that anyway, because
of course
you should be someone of your own standard who uphold the law. But that can be one. Peer pressure, I said, their family dynamics, and them just being deviant, believing that they can't work to get it, right? So they're gonna steal. They look at it as if, I would never. I'm seeing my friends wearing some Jordans or some whatever shoes that you feel that is high on the teenager scale, and they can't get it. So I believe that what kind of leads them to do it is because they don't see the means in getting it. So they go ahead and they see that opportunity to steal, and they go ahead and steal just because they want to fit in. And it comes back to peer pressures again, just because they want to fit in and they want to feel cool, or they want to just not feel like they're on the outside, or want to feel included too. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it did.
In part. Yes.
And what you were speaking about on family dynamics leads me directly into my second question.
Okay.
Which is, what is the role of family dynamics in preventing or contributing to juvenile delinquency?
Oh, wow. All right. So there's another theory out there by, what's his name? Can't remember his name, a theorist. But his argument is this, that why juvenile or deviant is because it comes back down to social bonding. So because he's saying, don't ask the question why they commit crime. Ask the question why they don't commit crime. And the reason why they don't commit crime is because of their family dynamics. Say, for instance, and look at it this way. You're going to see how it comes, because I kind of draw close to this one out of all the others there. If you're in a family, say a young person is in a family with an upstanding dad or upstanding mom, right? It could be a single mom or a single dad, it doesn't matter. But they have respect for their parents. That bond that they have with the parent, right? This is what they're saying, is going to prevent them from going out and doing something that is wrong because they don't want to disappoint their parent. It also rings true to they don't want to disappoint a particular group that they're a part of. Say they're a part of a social group, and their social group don't indulge in stuff like that, right? So they don't want to be that odd one out to go and do shoplifting or to steal or stuff like that, because they probably would be excluded from the group. So because they want to be loyal to the group, they don't want to let the group down, they abstain from committing those acts. So the social bond theory or social control, many of us can identify with it, especially if you're in a household that you tend to respect your parents, you tend to respect your teachers, those that, if you go to church, those that are at church, you don't want them to look at your parents and say, oh, wow, he's not a good parent because his child is doing this. So you see how it can keep you back from committing those family dynamics in that sense with the social bonding. So I just throw that in there.
Yes.
Is that's the last question?
Oh, that's just one more question.
Okay, all right.
Almost done at the interview. Okay, my final question for you is, what challenges do juvenile offenders face upon re-entry into society, and how can the challenges be addressed?
Oh man, there are so many challenges, especially nowadays. Mental health is one of them as well. You know, being locked up, being away for a certain amount of time, locked away from what you call norm, right? Society. And then re-entering that place, you don't know where to fit in, right? So that's a challenge as well. And it affects you. The reason why I said mental health is because it affects you in a sense in where it affects the way that you think, your mental health, right? Because you kind of look at society as if it is something strange. Like, it's strange. How am I gonna be able to fit in? Are they gonna look at me as someone strange? Are they gonna look at me as someone different? You know, are they gonna look at me as an outcast? You know, that can be a challenge as well. And when you're even when you're incarcerated, a lot of people don't know this, but when you're incarcerated, it's like you're between four walls, and that does something to your psyche, right? Because every single day is the same thing over and over and over again, and you're trying to break out of it, and that does affect you. So when they come back into society, there's an element of mental health illness, which can be a great barrier into them being emerged back into society. Another thing as well that I looked at is that when they come, they don't get that encouragement or that empowerment to go back into being a upstanding citizen in that sense. People look at them as if they're outcasts. People look at them as if they're not worthy. They're not worthy. They went to jail. They may make a mistake, right? And the mistake, they probably have redeemed themselves from that, but others don't look at them that way. So that's another challenge that they have to face as well. So there are so many when it comes to, trying to even to fit back into society and to feel like you're worthy to even go back in there. And what they do when that happens is that they tend to fall back into the same category that they were before, because guess who's going to accept you? The ones that, right?
Led you there in the first place.
Exactly, because they're going to say, man, come on over. We love you. We show you love. And that's the thing with gang as well, because they show you that, hey, we got you. Whatever it is, I got your back. And you feel loved, you feel wanted in that sense. So you're going to gravitate back to that. So some of the challenges are that, but some of the solutions as well, as you asked, are for us to look at them and not to judge them and what they did, but just to encourage them and empower them to move on from where they are to something greater, something higher, so that they can kind of integrate back into society. But it is very sad sometimes when it comes to that and you do that. That's the last question?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because everyone, you have another one. All right, what else you want to ask me?
I think that's it.
You think that's it?
Yes.
Okay. So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
All right. So my answers, do you think my answers are fairly, they were just off the cuff, but if I should sit down, I could come up with more structured answers. But do you think those are some of the stuff that we're facing? Or?
Yeah, I feel like those are the most common answers to them.
Yeah, okay.
And the most seen in society.
All right. So let me ask you this. What is keeping you from being deviant?
I feel like what's keeping me from being deviant is the social structures in my life.
Oh, really? Okay. So, all right. So listen to this. And we didn't say this in the beginning, but this is actually my daughter, right?
I guess. I think they can tell. We look
kind of look alike. Okay. So yeah, this is my child. So that is why. But she said something really. You said social structure, right? And that is good. Oh man. So the theory of, I'm trying to remember his name. Hershey. Yeah. Hershey. I think Hershey. Yeah. Hershey. I don't remember his last name. But his theory is social bonding, and and it goes back to what you're saying, that it is not. The question shouldn't be asked why you commit crime or why you being so deviant, right? Is why aren't you committing crime? Why aren't you out there doing the bad stuff? So I think that's the question we should be asking, and I'm asking you, and you're telling me that social structure, family dynamics have a big thing to do with it. Mm-hmm. You think so?
Yeah, who you surround yourself by and who raised you, I can't think of the word, but it kind of like turns you.
Steers you
into the right path.
And govern your behavior.
Yeah, especially when you have a figure to look up to. Mm-hmm. You, like what you were saying before, how you don't want to disappoint anyone.
So you don't want to disappoint your father?
No. Ew.
So are you afraid of your father while you do this, or you just respect him in a sense, or
both?
Both. So you fear your dad?
Everyone fears their parents.
Okay. You fear me in a sense of what? That I'm gonna do something bad, do you think I would ever hurt you?
No, you wouldn't hurt me. It would just be like punishments or something. But it wouldn't be like...
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline punishments. Not like
Okay.
you would hit me or something.
Oh, so I'm not that of a bad father then.
No, you're not a bad father.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Ew.
That's good to know. But so we're here and we're just chatting about what were we talking about?
Juveniles.
Okay, juvenile. Okay, delinquencies and
Yes.
all of that stuff. And why some of them do commit crime and always find themselves in that cycle, even when they change venue, when they change location, it still follow them. And you ask yourself, why is it always following me around? It's not following you around. It's you taking it with you wherever you go. And I just want to talk to the parents for a minute, right?
Okay.
Because if you have a child that you feel like is out of hand, as they would say in Jamaica, or Jamaican parents would say, or someone who is unruly or misbehaving all the time, take a moment and just look at your relationship with them. See the relationship that you have with them, that bonding, that social bonding. See the relationship that child have in the community. Do they belong to a faith-based community or a church? That they have that social aspect. Do they interact with other kids that are upstanding? Try and see, or take the time to kind of look at it and see, is my kid or my children missing this element or this part of life? And how can I do it or how can I get them involved in certain things to kind of build that bond? Because wouldn't you agree that social bonding theory thing does?
Yeah, it plays a big role.
It plays a big, yeah. So, I mean, that's where we're at. All right.
Yeah.
So you're the interviewer. So are we done or?
Yes. Thank you for this interview.
Oh, I'm gonna shake my hand?
No. I'm just joking.
Okay. No. So.
Yes. This is Deputy Newell, and this is the end of the interview. Everyone have a nice day.
All right.
Okay, it's over.
Oh well.